That's gonna be my leading theory for now.
Roll Over Beethoven, Rock and Roll Music, and Johnny B. Good, which was featured on the classic Back to the Future.
God,
writing
such a good
lyrics
song
that focused
too.
on teen life and consumerism, and developing a music style that included guitar solos and showmanship. Barry was a major influence on rock music. Though he's seen as a legend by many, the fact that he's a predator and full-on creep seems to be forgotten. Well after his peak fame, when Charles was 61 in 1987, he was charged with assaulting a woman at New York's Gramercy Park Hotel. He was accused of causing lacerations to the mouth requiring 5 stitches, 2 loose teeth, and contusions of the face. He
Jesus
pleaded
Christ.
guilty to a lesser charge of harassment and paid a $250 fine. 3 years later, in 1990, he was sued by several women who claimed that he had installed a video camera in the bathroom of his restaurant. Barry claimed that he had the camera installed to catch a worker who was suspected of stealing from the restaurant. Although his guilt was
What?
never proven in court, Barry opted for a class action settlement. One of his biographers, Bruce Pegg, estimated that it cost Barry over $1.2 million plus legal fees. His lawyers claimed that he had been a victim of conspiracy to profit from his wealth. Reportedly, a police raid on his house found intimate videotapes of women, one of whom was apparently a minor. Also found in the raid were
Jesus
62 grams of
Christ.
marijuana. Felony drug and abuse charges were filed, and the abuse charges were eventually dropped, and Barry agreed to plead guilty to misdemeanor possession of marijuana. He was given a 6-month suspended jail sentence, placed on 2 years unsupervised probation, and was ordered to donate $5,000 to a local hospital. Still don't know why the abuse charges were dropped, even though there was apparently a video. Later videos Barry recorded of himself urinating on a woman, and another of her defecating on him would surface. And one of those—
Whoa! Wait, this guy was like the original R. Kelly pisser. He recorded a video of him pissing on a woman like 10 years before R. Kelly did. Maybe R. Kelly was inspired? Interesting. The defecating, I don't think R. Kelly ever did. I don't think he ever got shit on by a woman. Well, he may have. I have no fucking idea. But that was never in any of the court documents. So he didn't want to go full Chuck Berry. It was a half measure. Thanks to Tier 1 Sergeant and the 5 gift subs Destroyer. Thank you, Destroyer. The Prime. Grit and resub Brain. John McAfee. Yeah, I still don't know if that one's true, but I still just love the mythos around that. It was rumored that John McAfee would hire prostitutes to sit in this special swing he made that had the ass cut out of it so that way he could lay under it and they'd shit on him. That was a kind of wild theory. Don't know if it's true. There's a lot of mystique around the life of John McAfee. There's really no telling for sure what's real and what's fake. I don't remember if we asked him that on the podcast or not. I don't think so. This is old lore. Yeah. Someone just brought up John McAfee. So I was just explaining why. Thanks to the Tier 1 Destroyer. You asked about the whale thing. Yeah, we asked him if he actually had sex with a whale, which he denies. But I don't remember us asking about a shit fetish. Thanks to the Prime Cup and the resub P and Nate. What is it with celebrities and shit piss fetishes? I don't fucking know, man. I'm not their sex therapist. I have no clue. If you want me to take like an uneducated stab at it, I'd say it's probably because they reach this level of wealth and fame where they have everything. So the only thing left to give them some kind of thrill is the most deplorable shit. I don't know. Thanks, Resub Foxy and the Prime Dirty.
videos is, it's on Reddit. Doesn't show that much, but you can hear a Chuck Berry fart and then ask, did I fart in your face? Not gonna play the audio,
Oh,
but
what?
it's pretty odd and wild stuff. Nonetheless, the
You can't tease me with that, Tub. What? Say that again?
face on Reddit doesn't show a woman, and another of her defecating on him would surface. And one of those videos is, it's on Reddit. Doesn't show that much, but you can hear a Chuck Berry fart and then ask, did I fart in your face? Not gonna play the audio, but it's pretty odd and wild stuff. Nonetheless, the dude was a fucking
Okay, hold on. Just pulling that up. This is called Classic Video Chuck Berry Farts on Prostitute. Okay, I don't know how crude the audio is, so I'm gonna mute for a second and listen to this.
Hundreds of hours.
Yes. Yep. So
That was hype. That was a lot cooler than I thought it was gonna be, too. It's not muted. Well, you're welcome then. How about that? That was hype. The video had like his legs over his head. It was like the fart was aimed at her face. Fucking weirdo bad guy though. Interesting fart though.
Creep. And he died on my birthday, March 18th, 2017. He died due to a cardiac arrest. It's so annoying that his music is built in all Teslas on their little Christmas mode. Hey Elon, this dude was a full-on predator.
It does seem that
Bard
way.
Goldvik Ethan, aka Faust, is a Norwegian drummer known primarily for his work with the black metal band Emperor. In 1993, he was sentenced to 14 years in prison for, get this, murder. He's been out of prison since 2003, but according to Ethan, while walking home from a pub through the Olympic Park, a well-known gay cruising spot, a man named Andressen drunkenly approached him and solicited him for sex. Ethan agreed to go with him to the nearby woods, and there he stabbed Andressen 37 times. Ethan claimed that he felt no remorse at the time. Ihsan, his bandmate in Emperor, said that Ethan, quote, had been very fascinated by serial killers for a long time, and I guess he wanted to know what it's like to kill a person. The media has linked the murder to black metal, and speculated that Ethan was motivated by Satanism, fascism, or homophobia. In a 1993 interview, he stated, I am not a Satanist, but I praise the evil. In an interview for the book Lords of Chaos, he explained that he had been interested in Satanism, but there are other things as well. Basically, I don't give a shit. In a 2008 interview,
Which one's the one that's what is it? The Church of Satan? I don't remember. One of those that's called Satanism or something to do with Satan is actually just kind of about like loving yourself or some shit. I don't think it's this one. Whatever this guy's talking about. But which one is that? Oh, the Satanic Temple. Ah, okay. The Satanic Temple. Yeah, because that one is apparently just all about like self-love and not worrying about like greater powers. Something like that. Thanks to resub Milky and Pupil.
Ethan said, I was never a Satanist or a fascist in any way. In a 2012 interview, he said, I never had any racist or homophobic views. Gal, who was an openly gay member of the Norwegian black metal scene, said that Ethan was the first person to send him a message of support when he came out. Police initially had no suspects, and Ethan remained free for about a year. However, he told Oystein Euronymous Arseth, Varg Vikernes, and a few others what he had done.
Damn, those
After
names are crazy.
Vikernes' Oystein murder in 1993, which we will talk about next, Ethan was arrested and confessed to killing Andressen. In 1994, he was sentenced to 14 years imprisonment, but was released due to good behavior in 2003 after serving 9 years and 4 months.
Isn't that wild? Murder is still something that you can just serve your time and come back from. I guess maybe there was some level of rehab at that particular prison. That'd have to be some fucking crazy rehab. Guy just randomly murders someone. I don't really know how you solve that problem. But then there's people that have marijuana charges that will never see the light of day again. Apparently marijuana is something you can never rehab out of. Isn't that fucking crazy? Yeah, true. I guess maybe it's just something with the prison system over there that's different here. I don't know. Still, though, I just find that to just be very sad.
And 4 months. Varg Vikernes. Now, the Mayhem Band is a topic you guys have requested a lot, but I honestly don't think I'm gonna make a dedicated video to them anytime soon. There are some great documentaries here on YouTube all about that. However, I will talk about Varg Vikernes, the 1993 to 1994 bass player for the band. On June 6, 1992, the Fantov Stave Church, dating from the 12th century and considered architecturally significant, was burned to the ground by arson. The cover of Burzum's EP, Ashes, is a photo of the destroyed church. By January 1993, arson attacks had occurred on at least 7 other major stave churches, including one on Christmas Eve of 1992. He was found guilty of several of these cases. At the time, media outlets reported that he was associated with some type of Satanism. In later interviews, Vikernes,
Man, that satanic panic was in full effect.
Arsons said they weren't satanic, but instead revenge for the Christian desecration of Viking graves and temples. According to him, the arsons were on the anniversary of the Lindisfarne Viking raid. He claimed that all the burnings except for one were done by one person. In early 1993, problems came between him and Euronymous, which was the band's lead guitarist, which ended up in Euronymous' murder. It's been speculated that the murder was a result of a power struggle, or a financial dispute, or maybe even an attempt at outdoing the stabbing by Faust. On the night of the murder, Vikernes and Blackthorn drove from Bergen to Euronymous' apartment at Toyengata in Also. Blackthorn allegedly stood in the stairwell smoking, while Vikernes went to Euronymous' apartment on the 4th floor. Vikernes said he met Euronymous at the door.
Jesus, this is so much to keep track of.
But when
Holy
he stepped
shit.
forward and confronted Euronymous panicked and kicked him in the chest. Vikernes claims Euronymous ran to the kitchen to fetch a knife. The two got into a struggle and Vikernes stabbed Euronymous to death. His body was found in the stairwell on the 1st floor with 23 stab wounds, 2 to the head, 5 to the
sounds
neck,
like self-defense
and
to
16
me.
to the back. After the murder, Vikernes and Blackthorn drove back to Bergen. On the way, they stopped at a lake where Vikernes disposed of his blood-stained clothes. Vikernes was arrested on August 19, 1993 in Bergen. The police found 150 kilograms of explosives and 3,000 rounds of ammunition in his home. On May 16, 1994, Vikernes was sentenced to 21 years in prison, Norway's maximum penalty. The murder of Euronymous, the arson of 3 churches, the attempted arson of a 4th church, and for the theft and storage of 150 kilograms of explosives. Though Vikernes only confessed to the theft and storage of the explosives, 2 churches were set on fire the day he was sentenced. Vikernes continued with his band Burzum, which included one other member, Samath, after his release. He released 3 further black metal albums, Bellis in 2010, Fallen in 2011, and